Canyon Transitional Rehabilitation Center provides physical rehabilitation and healing to help you get back to life. And the center's administrator, Ginger Howard, and admission director, Misty Melendez, join us this morning with more information. Welcome back to Style. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's first question I have to ask, what is the admission process into Canyon Transitional?
Well, admission process typically means we are meeting the needs of the loved one who needs some kind of skilled nursing service. So typically what we do is when they come in, we meet with the family or the loved one, and we try to see how we can facilitate meeting their needs as far as skilled nursing services, what we offer, whether it be physical therapy or skilled therapy, whatever the need is for the family.
Okay. And so if you can just kind of describe what the transition process is like, because as we've said before, it's a very important time in recovery, post-op injuries, things like that. So can you describe what that process is like?
Well, one of the things to remember is that when someone gets into the hospital, planned or unplanned, then discharge and transition back to home really starts immediately, all right? And so some of the things that Misty talks to the people about, and she works a lot with case managers in the hospitals, and one of the things we want people to know is, again, you want choices. When you get into the hospital, you know, sometimes it feels like everyone else is controlling your life.
Right.
So if you end up accidentally or, you know, not planned, then have your family members and friends come and visit Canyon as well as other facilities. If you're being planned like for an ortho surgery or something, make sure and visit ahead of time. And so that transition then of going from the hospital through a rehab center like Canyon back to home is really important, and what we have to know ahead of time, and we'll even be talking with Heather more even next month about going home, but we got to know, like, who's going to support you at home? Right. You know, what kind of equipment do you need? And all those kinds of things. What is your insurance going to cover? And so Misty, in her admission process, she even looks at some of that kind of thing. How many days do you have left on your insurance coverage? And,
right.
and otherwise, you know, how much copay? How are you going to pay your copay? You know, is it going to be private, or do you have a secondary insurance? Because even for Medicare, let me just tell you, the copay is $148 a day if you don't have a secondary insurance. So see, the impact of all of this can be pretty significant. And so we look at the whole person and the whole family, and we really want them from the time they're admitted till the time they transition back home. We want them to be safe and secure. We want to get them home safely, but you know, you have this financial aspect as well.
Absolutely.
And so we really, so that's what Misty works with the admission part as well as to make sure that they can be taken care of, and they know their responsibilities.
Right. Well, and Ginger, you mentioned something that I think is really important. We're talking about the support individuals and the folks that will help you as you transition out of Canyon into your home. So what are some of the questions that the support individuals need to have answered and know what they're doing before the loved ones come home?
Okay, so Misty, what are some questions?
Day of admission, we're planning day of discharge. So before they come in, I'm already asking them, what is your plan once your loved one has completed their therapy? Are they going to go home? Are you going to want them to go to assisted living? What can we do? So then when the family, because usually when they come into the rehab, it's usually because of some traumatic event, it's something that's unplanned. So when we sit down and talk to them about that, then they have an idea and they can see what their option is versus, will the insurance pay this, or do I have to come out of, this is going to come out of pocket, or are we going to have to get family involvement, because meaning all brothers, sisters, whatever, to take care of the loved one, so that there is the care that they need, because we are transitioning them from their injury to home. And so when they leave, our hope is that they don't have to readmit for the same thing, but yet they're able to go back into the community and go back home to their prior level of functioning.
Yeah, and you know, no offense to you guys, but we definitely, they don't want to see you again, right?
No,
They want to be able, and that's our goal.
That's our goal. If we've done good medical care and the system has worked, then they haven't had to go back, like she said, to the hospital for the same type of readmit. And remember, Canyon is a facility that provides skilled nursing and therapy services for the wound care, for the ortho replacements, for trach care, for CBA, you know, stroke, and for those other weaknesses.
Yeah, just real quick, Ginger, because I want to make sure folks that need your service, they know how to get a hold of you. So how can they contact you?
They can come in person to, we're close to Eubank in Montgomery. It's 10101 La Grima de Oro, Northeast. We encourage in visits. Otherwise, you can call and Google and get our phone number and come by. And Misty and her team will show you through the facility and answer any questions.
Great. Well, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.